Alright, so a couple videos ago, I kind of teased what car I just bought, and I just wanted to do like a full-on video reveal as to what exactly that car is. And I mean, you guys already know. It's a Honda S2000. I'm super excited to finally own probably my favorite car from the Fast and the Furious franchise. I know a lot of people like the Skyline, a lot of people like the Supra, but Suki's S2000 has got to be probably the nicest car in that entire series. And I know it's a little weird that the pink car is the one that attracted me the most, but I think it was just the fact that it was an S2000. You know, the drop top, everything about that car was awesome. If you asked me at the beginning of that week if I was going to be owning an S2000, I would have told you no, I already have the BRZ, but now I have both the cars, weirdly enough. But yeah, let me give you like a little walk around of the car. So as you can see, there's really nothing to it. It's pretty much as stock as it comes. There's a couple things that I'll touch up on as we get around the car, but overall it's pretty stock. It is a 2003 S2000, so it's the AP1. Thankfully, revs up to about 9,000 RPMs, which is honestly like, I wanted the AP1 specifically for that, to hear it scream at 9,000. So let's touch up on the slight changes, the subtle changes on this car. So biggest thing, first things first, headlights. They are not the original OEM USDM headlights. Usually the ones that come here in the United States, this whole part's yellow, and that looks super ugly. Well, it looks nice on certain cars. On the yellow car, it looks super good, but on the silver, I think the JDM headlights look super good. And these are OEM JDM headlights. They're not aftermarket, they're not cleared out, they're not redone or anything. It's got the OEM front lip as well, super rare. Those are discontinued, so it was really nice that it came with the car. And I mean, low-key, I've been scraping it a little bit, so I kind of feel bad every time, but I'd rather it be the lip than the bumper. Wheels, as I mentioned earlier, the car is an AP1, but I mean, the 16s look really ugly, so it's on AP2 wheels now. It is wrapped in Falcon RT660s, so these run a little wider, and boy, are they grippy. It's 215s in the front, 245s in the back. That's actually the stock specs that it comes out of the factory. And I got RT660s because the stock ones that it usually comes with are Bridgestones. Bridgestones do tend to run a little wider, so they're pretty much 255s in the back, 225s in the front. And RT660 is kind of the same thing. Another thing that's changed on the car, you can't really see it in there, but you can definitely tell from the ride height. It is a slight bit lowered, and it's not on lowering springs. It's not on anything crazy either, like Öhlins. It is just on Tane Flex A's. The reason why I haven't switched back to the stock suspension is because the stock suspension on the AP1s, if you've driven one, it's super rough, and I don't want a rough ride. I want this to be a comfortable weekend fun car to just have fun while the BRZ becomes the track only car. So I figured, let's keep the S2000, let's convert the BRZ into the track only car, and let's enjoy a fun car that I've always wanted. Biggest thing that I love about this car, it's the soft top. I know a lot of people like the hard top, but I actually really do like the soft top look of it. Interior is super clean. I mean, look at those seats, dude. It's for 75,000 miles. Like, bro, this does not look like it's been driven out on the streets for the last 20 years and 70,000 miles later. It's full ceramic tint around. The last owner wanted to do that to protect the interior so it doesn't get too hot, so the dash doesn't crack or anything. But I mean, yeah, like I said, there's really nothing to it other than the driving characteristics. Oh, let's actually pop the hood. Unmolested. I don't know what route we're gonna take with this thing. For now, this thing is gonna stay completely stock. I do love the driving characteristics that it is stock. Yeah, we'll see where this takes us, because I mean, being a car enthusiast, obviously most cars you say you're gonna keep stock, they don't end up staying stock. So yeah, if this thing isn't stock in a couple years, don't reference this video again. But yeah, let's take this out for a drive. And I mean, you can't drive an S2000 without, obviously, this is the biggest selling point to me. This is like the coolest part about the car. It's putting the top down. I mean, being able to drive an enthusiast car just out and about, just enjoy nature. I mean, look how beautiful everything is right now. Check this out. My favorite part of the car. It's like a jet engine, like a fighter jet. It's awesome being able to turn the car on with it. It's really a useless feature. There's really nothing to it except the fact that there's an engine ignition starter right here. It's like, it's cool though. It makes me feel cool. Let's take this thing out for a drive. One of the coolest things to me is definitely the shifter feel. Like, holy crap. the shifting, it's just so notchy. I don't know if this thing comes stock with a short shifter, but it most definitely feels like it. Definitely feels like there's a short shifter in there. Like I mentioned earlier, I got an AP1 because it revs up all the way to 9,000 RPMs. Like, holy, what the hell? That's super. It's not the fastest car, but dear God, does it bring a smile to my face. This thing is awesome. Though I do admit it's a little scary because it does feel that if the back end kicks out, it tries to whip you so hard back to straight that it might snap oversteer to the other end. So this thing feels like it wants to kill you. But I mean, you can't get this driving feel anywhere else besides maybe the BRZ or the ND Miata. Like, they don't make these cars anymore, and it sucks. And it's just so crazy to me to think that this car is 20 years old and it's still the industry standard for what an enthusiast car should feel like. And my God, am I super happy to be the owner of this thing. This thing's not going anywhere. I said that about the BRZ and the BRZ was almost gone. I'm saying that about the S2000 because genuinely I've always wanted an S2000. I'd be stupid to let this thing go anywhere. Truly, I'd be stupid to let this thing go anywhere. Like, even say about that? Like, you tell me what other car I can drop a couple gears and rev it up to 9,000 without blowing it up and still be able to take corners like crazy. And not only that, I don't have to pay $120,000 for a Porsche GT3 that revs up to 9,100. I don't have to pay for I believe the 488s rev up to 9,000 RPM. I don't have to pay for a $200,000 car to be able to get the feeling that you get out of this car. This is, at its core, the bare bones minimum to what makes a car, or what should make a car. I mean, there's just nothing else I could say. I can go on and on all day about how fun this car is, but quite frankly, it's not something you can really describe. It truly isn't. It's something you have to go out there and try it out for yourself. Find a friend that'll let you carve this thing through the canyons, and just, I mean, don't be stupid with the car, obviously. Don't crash these things. Like I said, they want to kill you, but yeah, man, these cars, I don't think there's anything else I can really add to this video. I will be doing a comparison of the BRZ and the S2000. Obviously, I have two of the cars that are most notably compared in the modern era. Whenever anybody comes out with what they claim to be an enthusiast car, they compare it to the S2000. The BRZ is the newest car that claims that, and I mean, it's the perfect comparison. I know there's plenty of comparisons done out there, but most of those guys are journalists. It's gonna be an unbiased opinion from a regular person like you and me, not a professional journalist like most of these people are. That's gonna be coming out soon, probably in a couple weeks or so, because I do have a lot of stuff that I have to start with the BRZ, but I think that's gonna end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm gonna keep this as straight to the point as possible. I've been talking for the last half an hour, and I hope that I'm able to cut this down to like 7 or 8 minutes. Yeah, let's end it there. See you guys.